Hi, you guys. Welcome back to math for this week. Again, we are still working on our three-dimensional shapes. So, one of the things we're going to talk about today is the shape of the flat surfaces or the flat faces or sides of each three-dimensional shape and what shape that is. So, now remember when we were talking about some of these, we mentioned they don't have a flat surface, but we're still going to try to see if we can kind of come up with an idea of a two-dimensional shape that I could see or use to make the three-dimensional shape. So to do that, I have a piece of paper right here. I have a pen. Yes, I know, I always tell you guys to use pencils. This is the only thing I could find down here. So we are going to trace every single one of these shapes so that we can figure out what their flat surfaces look like and what those shapes are. Let's get started. All right, you guys, so now you can see my paper and it's going to look like I'm writing upside down. That's because that's what the camera looks like, but I will turn it around for you each time. So we're going to start with the sphere, okay? I'm going to take my sphere. Now I'm going to hold it in place because otherwise, watch what happens. Oh, it rolled off my pad. We don't want that to happen. So I am going to hold this sphere in place and I'm going to use my pen and just try the best I can because sometimes it doesn't play nice, right? There we go. I know it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but this is the shape I get when I trace my sphere. What two-dimensional shape does this look like? You're right, it's a circle. Oops. There we go. I almost wrote my E upside down. Circle. Very good. So the circle is the two-dimensional shape. And the three-dimensional shape is sphere. Okay, so this is 3D. This is the face or the side. All right. Okay, moving on. Let's go to our cube, our box, our ice cube, our die. So I'm going to write 3D up here. You'll notice my writing is going to be a little easier to read when I don't write it upside down. And I'm going to trace around the edge. And I only have to do one side because the cube, like we saw in the last lesson, has the same shape on every side. So here is my cube. So what shape is this flat surface right here? That's right, it's a square. Very good. So we're going to write square underneath it. So if I were to have pictures of like a cube and a sphere on the side of a page, and then I had columns and I said circle the picture, or not columns, rows, that all these pictures, circle the picture that matches the shape of the side. If it was a cube, you'd be able to circle the square because that's what shape matches. Moving right along, we're now going to do our rectangular prism, okay, our tissue box, our Lego, if you will. Legos are rectangular prisms. They just don't have a complete bottom side because otherwise how would you stack them, right? So 3D shape is a rectangular, ooh, that's a long word, prism. And I am going to do the nice big flat surface for this one. So we're going to trace around the edges. Okay, there is my rectangular prism. What shape did I get? That's right, I got a rectangle. I'll give you a hint with a couple of these. The flat shape is in the name of the three-dimensional shape. So like this one, rectangle, rectangular prism, rectangle. Very good. So rectangle, there's our 3. Moving right along, let's do our cylinder next, okay, our can. So 3-dimensional shape. And you're going to notice with the word cylinder, it actually starts with a C. Now, I can't really trace this, right? I mean, I could try, but yeah, we'll do the flat one first, and then maybe I'll try to do the other one. All right, so here's our flat one. Ooh, that one traced a lot better than the one above it. Flat one obviously is a circle. Very good. Now, let's see, because we were able to trace the round one on the sphere, so let's see if we can trace the round one on the cylinder. All right, it's not the best, but that's okay. This other side, now you have to imagine, if you will, a piece of paper. And I take the piece of paper and I round it kind of like this. That's what the side of a cylinder is we're taking a piece of paper, basically, putting it between 2 flat circles and making it round so that we can make that can shape. So this is kind of a rectangle. Awesome. Let's move on to our triangular prism. Now, I'm going to do 2 different tracings on this one because it has 2 different sides. Okay, so we'll start with the obvious one because it's in the name of the shape. So triangular prism, obviously there's going to be a triangle because the name of the shape is triangular prism, so triangle. So I'm going to put that one up here. And then I'm also going to do this side right here. So another example of a triangular prism, because I was thinking really hard in the last video that I made for you guys, and the only thing I could think of was that Toblerone box. If any of you go camping and you've used like a traditional pitched tent, this looks like your traditional camping tent also. So that's another example. But triangular prism, if you notice, the other shape that I get here is a square. Good job, you guys. It's a square. Awesome. Moving right along, let's move to our cone. So 3D, it's going to be a cone. So there's only a flat surface here, right? So flat surface, tracing that flat surface. I mean, there is a rounded surface too, but this one definitely is a little bit harder to trace round-wise. We can try it though. I know some of you are going, let's try it. We did it on the others. We can totally try it. I'm not going to say no. But first off, here is our first flat shape here, and this is very good. It's a circle. Now we can try. Again, I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but I will do anything for you guys. And then we'll just connect it. So this one is also kind of like the cylinder. You know how we said that you would have to take like a rectangular piece and round it? Same thing here. You take, it's almost like a few of these together and then round them around to make that cone shape. But we do have the triangle right here as well. Okay. I'm going to need more paper. So hang on. I'm just going to flip to another page. And we have our pyramids left, and that's it. So 3D, we have our square pyramid. And we have our triangular pyramid. Okay. Square pyramid. I can trace two different sides here. So we'll do the base first. And then I'm also going to just go right ahead and trace this. There we go. So for our square pyramid, obviously we have a square and we have a triangle. For our triangular pyramid, I really only have to trace one side because they're all the same shape and size. We'll just connect it right there. We have our triangle right here for our triangular pyramid. All right, you guys, I know this is a long video, but I wanted you to see all these different flat surfaces just so that it makes a little bit more sense, because I know in your assignment, it's going to ask you to identify what two-dimensional shapes are on the sides of these three-dimensional shapes. So hopefully this helped you out a little bit so that you understand what the different flat sides are that you're looking for. Good luck with your math today, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.